Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another really cool arcade game for you today. We just had to film this one, or videotape this one. I always screw that up. This is Sega's iconic Frogger arcade game. Doesn't get much more cool than this. We got this in the other day on a trade. It's in great shape. We put new side art on it and a new control panel overlay on it, but the cabinet itself was still in pretty decent shape, which is kind of rare. You don't see these that much anymore. They're on the multi-game cabinets, so a lot of people, you know, it plays really good on the multi-game. It's a very simple control scheme. It's just four-way, like a four-way joystick, so it works really good on all the multi-games. But there's nothing like the original cabinet. I mean, look at this thing. And the sound, there's on the multi-game boards, the sound's decent on most of them, but on a lot of them they don't emulate quite right, because every game used different hardware to make the sound section, so it's hard for them to get the sound just perfect. But if you've got the original game with the original board and all of that, it sounds exactly how it was supposed to sound. So, but we figured we'd shoot a little video of this, just a quick one, because there's not too much to show. But this thing, like we said, it's in pretty nice shape. Of course, we've worked on it and fixed it up and made it even better, but it was still pretty nice, actually. These had really interesting coin doors. Just kind of strange. The coin mechs are actually similar to the Nintendo ones. There's something in this one, too, that came with this game that I thought I'd show you. Really neat. This is a little piece of paper here that was in it, and it says at the top, "For office use only. Account or route, time warp," and then location. I'm not sure what that says. And then we're in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and this, you know, Charlotte, North Carolina is a huge city near here, so maybe this was somewhere around Charlotte. And this is type Sega VIP. And then over here where it says meter test, they put the number 4. And then arrival at location 9:25, leaving location 9:45. So the service guy was out there for 20 minutes. Trouble reported, Frogger. What was found wrong? The sound was off and on. So here's how he fixed it. How corrected? Tightened the chips. Okay. And terminals. And then I think that says twist. He twisted something. So I'm thinking what he was saying was that he tightened chips. I mean, come on. I guess he pressed down on the chips. That's kind of common. And the terminals and twists. So I guess he twisted the little kept nuts on some of the wires. Maybe they weren't making good contact. And then it says date 6/7/82. Charles. This game came out in 1981, so it wouldn't have been that old whenever he did that. It was still out on location. That's pretty cool whenever you find stuff like that in the games that has been with it all these years, and will stay with it, because I'm gonna put it right there in the coin box. But everybody knows Frogger. Fantastic game, if you ask me. It's about as good as it gets. If you look here on YouTube, you can still see the old Seinfeld clip where George Costanza was trying to save his high score, and ended up rolling the game across the street and everything, and it got hit by a truck finally. But we put this new control panel overlay on it from Arcade Shop, and it turned out pretty good. It's not perfect, but cool. And he's had a neat design where there's a tire tread over there on the right that continues up into the monitor. So inside the monitor, inside the monitor box there is this piece of cardboard. That's all original too, and is in excellent shape. This thing was pretty clean whenever we got it. And then we put new side art on it. Whenever you see these, a lot of times they will not have side art. This one, the side art was missing, and the side art is pictured on the flyer. But to be honest with you, I've never seen one that's an original one that still has the original side art on it. I think it's just because it was easy to peel off. But I would not be surprised if a lot of these shipped out from the factory and never even had the side art on them, because I've had a bunch of these cabinets over the years, and have seen a bunch of them, I should say, because I haven't had a ton of them, but I've seen probably at least a dozen, maybe more, and I've never seen one with the original side art all beat up or anything. So I guess it was probably just easy to peel off because there's no bolts through it or anything. It's just a big sticker, and it's actually a sticker on wood grain vinyl, so it's probably easy to peel off. But it's just strange that you'd never see the original art on them. but we rectified that. We also got this from Arcade Shop. They do a good job on all of their stuff. This cabinet's not in perfect shape, but it's pretty nice for a Frogger. We've gotten them in before, or several times actually, where they've been kitted into another game. But we don't get one that's still a Frogger too often. So nice side art. The marquee's a little bit faded, but it's pretty nice. Of course, we've done all the typical stuff to it. We rebuilt the monitor. We replaced the power supply. We replaced the light bulb at the top and everything. Cleaned. Put new art on it. New T-molding on it. All of that stuff. And ended up with a really nice, clean game. Sega really had it going on there at the beginning. They had some great games. So we'll read the instructions. So here it's going to show us on the main screen, actually. It says, Frogger, move frog vertically or horizontally using joystick. Object is to safely maneuver frog to its home within allotted time, 60 beats on the timer. Cross the highway without getting run over and cross the river without falling in. Avoid traffic, deadly snakes, otters, crocodiles, and the treacherous turtles. Points are scored for each safe jump, 10 points. Safely arriving home, 50 points. And for beating the timer, 10 points per beat saved. Bonus points are scored by escorting home a lady frog, 200 points. Gobbling an insect, 200 points. And safely getting all 5 frogs home, 1,000 points. Now, whenever you see this game, it's simple. Everybody knows Frogger. You know, it's iconic. But this was how the world was introduced to it. I mean, this was the first place it was ever at. You would walk into, you know, your favorite arcade or a bowling alley or something, and this would be sitting there looking not too different than the way this one looks right now. And you'd walk up and drop a quarter in. What's this about? And at the time, nobody knew what Frogger was. I mean, that just blows my mind. It's a little before my time. I was born in 78, so this isn't, you know, 81. I never saw one of these out anywhere to play or anything. I was little. I was just a little video game guy. Seat the frog safely home. Move frog vertically or horizontally using joystick. Object is to safely maneuver frog to its home within allotted time, 60 beats of the timer. Cross highway without getting run over and cross river without falling in. Avoid traffic, deadly snakes, otters, crocodiles, and the treacherous diving turtles. You get on their back and they go underneath you. Points are scored for each safe jump, 10 points. Safely arriving home, 50 points. And for beating the timer, 10 points per beat saved. Bonus points are scored by escorting home a lady frog, 200. Gobbling an insect, 200. And safely getting all 5 frogs home, 1,000. So it's just an interesting game. I will set up the tripod and we'll play it a little bit because you guys probably haven't played it in a while, so we'll see what it's like. All right, folks, so I am back, and like I said, this is just me aiming a camera at the actual CRT monitor in the actual cabinet. We'll play through it a little bit. Everybody's played Frogger, but it's kind of cool. The sound's awesome on this too. I don't know. They had cool sound back then. So let's put a little service credit on it if I can reach it without knocking over the camera. Whoop. All right, and the start button is on the front of the cabinet, and there's no buttons or anything. You just move the joystick. So the turtles that are diving, of course, I just avoid them. If you miss just barely, it kills you too, so you got to kind of be careful whenever you make that last, whenever you commit to that last hop. Like that. Of course, you get more points the quicker you do it too. There's the famous lady frog that you're supposed to escort to the to the end. to get a little quicker as it goes on. I don't really know if you can jump on the back of the alligator. I would guess not. But I guess it might be worth trying. Oh, you can't jump on those when they're going under. Bad idea. Boom, boom, boom. And you definitely can't jump in the one. Yeah, you can jump on his back. You definitely can't jump in the one with the alligator's mouth. Bad idea. See if I can get the first one there. Oh, was a little off. We'll play it one more game. See if I do any better. It sounds really cool in this. You see how they're trying to trip me up? I think these ones start speeding up after a while. Oh, I didn't even notice. They lulled me into a false sense of security. That first one's kind of the hardest one, right? I wonder how long you can ride on the alligator's back. All right, level 3. This might be all she wrote. Oh, sea otter. Now that I know he's there. Oh, they got me. All right, so there you go. That's Frogger. Everybody's played it. But now you've seen it on the original cabinet, the way it was back when it first came out, 1981. Now, if you're watching this video, you must like arcade games. So if you're looking to buy one, you can check out all the ones that we have for sale right now, no matter when you're watching this video, even if it's years later, on our website at lionsarcade.com. And if you want, you can stop by and see us in person. We're here in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is about 15 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we've got a whole building full of arcade games for sale, and you can come by and check them out. Or if you're not looking to buy an arcade game, or maybe you're just not in the area, you can subscribe to us here on YouTube. We're going to be putting up tons more videos. So we will see you next video.